Hello, and this is Sir Alexander with another Starcraft 2 battle report for the RPG.net tournament. This is the second of best of three between Korhal as the blue Protoss in the 1 o'clock position and Braincraft as the pink Terran in the 7 o'clock position. I don't quite have these positions worked out yet. So this should be a good game. Braincraft we saw in the first game. Looks like Korhal might be a little bit out of his league, but we shall see. Again, in the first round, there's no leveling out the players, how good they are, making sure that they're all playing against equal players. So we don't know. Korhal could be a platinum player, as could be Braincraft for all that we know. But it did look like Korhal might be a little bit out of Braincraft's league. So we shall see. Looks like this Terran is hiding all the way down here. Too bad this isn't a probe. We could put down some sort of proxy pylon. I've never actually seen this map. Looks like that probe is scouting out, trying to find that SCV. He did not find it. Looks like this would be an excellent game to put a proxy pylon right there. Wow. So this SCV will go scouting out in here and apparently come back. Over here, nothing too big. Economy and a supply depot going up. As I have a bunch of games to cast, I am going to speed this up, put this on 2-speed. I will try and keep up with everything, though. Gateway is going up, and looks like these two are going back and forth. Look at that pathing. You do want to be careful crisscrossing like this, because every time that you cross, he's going to be able to get a hit on you. So it's much better to go in large circles, because then the probe won't hit you near as often. See there, he got a hit in, and looks like he's probably only going to be able to take 2 more hits, but he will probably get away, and there he goes, going to run back to home or to the Zunlager Watchtower, or who knows, that probe realizes it's a waste of time to continue to chase him. So we do see our first Zealot out is not moving across the map. Cybernetic score is being done. Over here, he is opting not to wall in, unless he's going to... He might lift this off and put it there, or put a bunker there. I'm not sure. It would be a good idea to put a bunker there. And excellent move. He is putting up his orbital command. You should really start putting that up around 16 supply, which is, I think, what he started. It is 19 now. Okay, and again, here's a comment for Braincraft. Here's that queuing up supply depots. You really never want to do that. It's just wasted crystals. You've got 4 supply depots. You have 4 supply depots queued right there when you could have had another barracks or a bunker, or, well, not a factory yet, but another refinery. I mean, for 4 supply depots, you could have had a command center, which obviously, in that position, you want the supply depots over the command center. But it's always better not to queue them up and to do them as you need them. The same thing with Marines. It's much better to put up another barracks or to put up a factory or something else, because you can continue to queue those guys up because you have the income to support that. Looks like he does have a bunch of Marines in here, are moving up. These Zealots are coming up, and he needs to pull these guys back. I'm going to slow this down here. But no, he will not be pulling. He really needs to micro these guys out of here. That Zealot will doubtless go down. And there it goes. He really needs to micro with these guys, but he is not doing that effectively, and he loses all of those Marines. He took down some of the shield on the Nexus, but that's going to recharge. I'm not sure if he got any probe kills. More Marines pushing out. That's a very poor fight. 1 Marine on 1 Zealot is a very easy fight for that Zealot to win. Not sure who's going to win there, but we do see a Void Ray getting chrono boosted out. That Marine really needs to run. He's definitely not going to be able to win against that Zealot. Zealot totally owns him. This probe will go down. This probe will go down as well. They are attacking him, but he should be able to beat off both of those guys handily. Who will win? And the Marine wins with 10 HP, and will start to work down on that Nexus, but that Stalker will totally own him in 1 shot. Does an impressive 10 damage, 14 against armor. Here come 4 more Marines. He will kill this one, and then the Stalker will go down before we can get another Marine down. And more guys working on that Nexus. He really needs to focus fire that Nexus rather than go for the probes. 1 Void Ray out. He needs to get some more Marines up here, which is what he's doing. These two should really go up there. And here comes some more. He really needs to move these Marines up there if he's going to try and get that Nexus, especially these two. He's not doing anything. He's attacking that assimilator. That's a terrible move. He needs to attack that Nexus. He might be able to focus this Nexus down, which would be 400 crystals in the bag. That'd be an excellent move, but we do not see that happening. A Forge going up, a Void Ray, but really another Zealot is being pushed out and chrono boosted. He's got 2 Zealots up here. Really, he's not focus firing the Nexus. He's getting that assimilator instead. I really would have liked him to go for the Nexus. I doubt he'll be able to get it down now. He has 1 Void Ray up. of course, Marines are very strong against Void Rays, and will he start shooting these Zealots in time and micro his Marines effectively? Here they are shooting. This Zealot will go down very quickly. All of these other Marines move in, but they were on right mouse click rather than attack move, but he will kill these guys with a loss of... So he lost 3 Marines, and Korhal lost 3 Zealots, but here come these Void Rays. They will take down this one, doubtless, but he is not exactly sure what he was doing there, but no, this Void Ray will survive. I was wrong. All those Marines go down, and you see this, it only has 374 HP. If he would have only focused it, rather than getting that refinery, he would have had it, but here come a whole bunch more Marines, and Korhal is in a lot of trouble here. All he has is Void Rays out, and Marines are the perfect counter for Void Rays. Wow, that was a cool little thing. They all lit up as they passed that. He is taking his own expansion. He should really think about getting some anti-air turrets or reactor cores on these two. Here are dual reactor cores. He needs to start pumping Marines immediately. He's sitting on 18,000 crystals. He needs to start pumping Marines more effectively, lift these off and get reactor cores. He will definitely take this Nexus down and needs to push up immediately into this base. Looks like he could do a good bit of damage. Right now, Korhal is supply blocked. He has 2 Void Rays up here and 2 down here. These 2, looks like the rest of these Marines, there are no more Marines down here. Here come 2 more. He's got all of these ones queued up. He really needs to get some more Raxes down to pump out more Marines effectively. And he needs to move these guys over here. Start his SCVs and Mules repairing that thing. He really needs to start repairing that right now. But no, he will not start repairing that. And it will just go down. And what a major loss when if he just would have had even just 1 SCV repairing that, he could have saved that. Now his income is doubtless going to drop. But he is pushing in right here. Making good progress here against these Void Rays. He will doubtless take that one down. And this one may or may not follow. That's a lot of... That is a bunch of Marines, though. That Void Ray will go down. They need to take down that cannon. Now they need to get the pylon. The pylon will go down. This will stop... No, they need to get this pylon down. Anyways, they're now working on this cannon. That cannon will go down. He needs to start working on this cannon. That Zealot is almost out. And 1 Zealot might be able to mop up on these 4 Marines if he doesn't attack it immediately. No, he is trying to focus down the pylon. And because he right mouse clicked on the pylon rather than attack move. And Korhal says, yep, this is GG. He sees that he can't make it. All these more Marines are coming across. Excellent move by Braincraft. Usually this doesn't work very well because usually a Marine rush like this does not work very effectively, but in here it said, I didn't think it would work, Braincraft says, but here he did very well. All those Marines came pouring across the map and totally owned him. He was probably going to get Marauders here and Siege Tanks here, which would have been excellent to the mix. He had expanded, was getting more income, especially with those Mules. Korhal was not fully saturated, wasn't even close to fully saturated, and lost this... He lost this Nexus. That was a really big deal, that expansion. Really what would have won the game for Korhal is if he would have stopped going for Void Rays and put down maybe 2 more Gateways and then done Warp Gates. Because then he could have done Stalkers and Zealots and would have totally whooped up on these Marines. Now whether he could have pushed back... The counter then would have been Siege Tanks and Marauders, which would have done well, and then he could have transitioned into Immortals and Colossus. But that's all speculation. What he really needed to do was put down 2 more Gateways, or even 3 more Gateways, and then push out of Gateway units with a Warp Gate. And then, of course, you can always try crazy stuff like, bringing in one of those flying units and setting up a power field here and attacking his workers and harassment and stuff like that. But he really needed to go Gateways instead of Void Rays because Marines are the perfect counter for Void Rays, other than Mass Thors. Those, since they get splash damage, are way better against Void Rays. But thank you for watching this, and hope you'll join me for the epic conclusion between these 2 players, the tiebreaker in Game 2.